Man, I am so happy I am not a single person in living in 2023. My goodness, I am so thankful to God that I've been married to this wonderful, beautiful woman for 20 years and I'm not in the dating scene anymore. What's up, y'all? This is the Best Opinion. I'm your host, D.A. Bourne, Christian fiction author. And you want to check out my novels, just click the link below, description, and go to Amazon and check them out. All right, so today I want to talk about um, if you're a single woman, you need to avoid doing this. Now, this is old news for many, but you know what? Someone may not have seen this. Okay, so we've heard about, if you haven't heard about the viral video about this woman who goes on a date and she finds out that she's going to the Cheesecake Factory and she tells the world that she ain't going on the Cheesecake Factory, and the person who's taking her on a first date ends up taking her home. Followed by that, ridiculous video. There was a whole list, and I'm about to show you right now, of women that say there are certain places that they should not go on a first date. All right, so some of them on there, they got legitimate point. But then some of these, you know what? I don't know. I want to go through them one by one, just to see. You know what I mean? Because I don't know. I was looking at this is kind of ridiculous, man. I don't know, man. That's what I'm saying. I'm so glad I'm not single anymore. I'm a happily married man. Cause I don't know, man. I don't know. Anyway, let's go through this list and see if all these are legit. Okay, let's start with the number one, Cheesecake Factory. That's the one that started this whole crazy dating first date thing. Look, Cheesecake Factory. If you don't know, I live in Toronto. Okay, I don't live in the U.S. and we only have one Cheesecake Factory in Toronto. It might be the only one in Canada. I'm not sure. But let me tell you something. This Cheesecake Factory has been around for more than 3 years already. And it's still a long waiting list just to get in. It is that popular. So it's like literally a 40-minute to 1 hour wait. On weekends, it's even more than an hour just to get in. You can't make reservations. So what does that say? It's a popular spot. People love Cheesecake Factory out here. So for that woman to say Cheesecake Factory is kind of whack and she go on a first date, I mean, I don't know what she talking about. Cheesecake Factory is dope. And it's dope for a reason. It's a great place to go for a first date. Alright? Let's go to the next one. Applebee's. Okay. Applebee's is cool. I mean, it's a first date. You know what I mean? You have to know where the level of where your first date person is at. You know what I mean? If he's a college student and or he's just starting a new job or wherever his income level, Applebee's is cool, man. I don't know. So I give a check mark for Applebee's, okay? Let's move on. Chili's. Alright? I've been to Chili's I think once or twice in my life. Like I said, in Canada, there's not a lot of Chili's in this area, but I know they're known for their Mexican food. Okay, not Taco Bell, obviously. You know, like dine-in Mexican food. I'm good with it, but I would just suggest that if, as a guy, if you want to take a girl to Chili's on the first day, make sure she likes Mexican food before you go there, because you know if she's not a big fan of Mexican food, then maybe you shouldn't go there on a first date. It is good food still. Um, but be mindful for a first date and it's Mexican food, it's Chili's, you're gonna have beans in the food. So do you really wanna go to a first date where you got food that has beans in it? That's a lot of gas. And if you just know the person, you guys just knowing each other, you don't wanna be like squishing your booty just to avoid farting up the place after you finish a meal at Chili's, right? Anyway, let's move on. Chipotle, similar thing. It's a Mexican grill, right? Like I said, if you guys are meeting for lunch, I don't find a big deal with it. You know, it's Chipotle. It's not glamorous, but at the same time, it's not crappy food. So I'm cool with Chipotle. Check mark for Chipotle. Olive Garden. Why people tripping on Olive Garden? Man, we don't have Olive Garden in Canada. And I've been to Olive Garden a few times when I've been in the States. And I'm telling you, Olive Garden's dope, man. Olive Garden's got good Italian food. Like I said, the only exception is if she don't like Italian food and she's not a big fan of pasta, or she's on a gluten-free thing, whatever. I don't know. That's where you gotta know who you're taking out before you take out on a first date, right? But I give Olive Garden a pass because Olive Garden ain't cheap, and Olive Garden's nice. You know what I mean? Shoot, they took Olive Garden out of Canada years ago, and to this day nobody knows why. But Olive Garden's dope. Check mark. Okay, the movies. This one is debatable because there's pros and cons about going to movies on the first date. If you're going to movies on a first date, you're just watching a movie. You're not really getting to know each other, right? You're just sitting next to each other watching a movie, which is cool. But I would say go to the movies and then add dinner with that. You know what I mean? Maybe do dinner first, then go to the movie. Because dinner, you can at least talk about, get to know each other and then go see a movie. Or, you could go dinner afterwards, but sometimes you just end up talking about the movie anyway. But I would give it a questionable check mark. All right? All right, next one. Your house. No. Well, no. Nah, not for a first date, no. Your house, that's obviously you're giving message that you want Pound Town, and that's nah. Let's move on. Any fast food chain? Yeah, I'd give an X for that. Like I say, if unless you're in a town of 5,000, 10,000 people and there's not much places to go for dinner, maybe, but. No, fast food chain, no. McDonald's, Burger King, no. You could do a little bit better than that. I mean, to be honest, and it's not like fast food chains are cheap anymore, but still, just the setting and everything like that. Unless you guys agree ahead of time that you're gonna go to a fast food chain, that's fine. But otherwise, no. X. Next, Buffalo Wild Wings. Actually, I'm gonna put 9 and 10 both at the same time because they're both involving wings. All right, so. I would do it only if you'd have to ask her in advance if that's where you want to go. Because if she's a sports fan and she loves chicken wings, cool. That's a great place to go. You can go watch the game and hang out, eat wings. But I would, yeah, that's the one you have to ask her in advance to go on a first date. All right, so that's not an X. It's not necessarily a check mark either. So it's right in the middle. Red Lobster. Okay. Big check mark there. And Red Lobster always packed. And it's seafood. You know what I mean? Unless she got an allergy of shellfish or fish or whatever. Red Lobster's cool, man. Like, it's not like you can go to Red Lobster and eat for $20. I mean, you're going to Red Lobster, you spend a minimum $100 because it's lobster and fish and shrimp and all that stuff. That stuff ain't cheap. Red Lobster's dope. So, check mark for Red Lobster. A buffet. X. First date, no. Nah. As much as there's good buffets out there, there's also crappy buffets too. So, I wouldn't necessarily do a buffet. You'd rather go to a specialty restaurant for a first date. And, this isn't like, no. Just X for that. IHOP. You gotta ask in advance. If she's a big fan of breakfast, and you know that, cool. IHOP. Go to IHOP. But other than that, I mean, pancakes. I don't know. Unless it's like 8 in the morning or something, 9. You're doing a breakfast date. That's cool. If not, yeah, I would ask in advance if you gotta know if she's a breakfast fan or not. Because some people like breakfast for dinner. That's not a big deal. Some people love breakfast all day, but not everyone, right? And 14 Denny's, I would put that in the same category, so we don't need to go there explaining that. The gym. No. Big X there. That's not a first date place. You might meet her at a gym, but you don't go there for a first date. Come on, like, really? So you're gonna what? Go run the treadmill together? You're gonna lift weights together, sweat together? Like, no, no. Church, first date? No. I don't even think going to church is a date. That is going to church. You're going there together. You're going there to worship the Lord. It's a great place to meet someone, most definitely. But as a first date, yeah, we're gonna go to church. No, concert's different. Church service, no. And if you disagree with me, put in the comments. All right, let's move on. Starbucks. Actually, I'll put 7 and 18 together. Starbucks coffee dates. Well, that's something you gotta ask ahead of time. You're like, hey, do you want to go out for coffee? And if she says yes, then you go out for coffee. You know what I mean? If you're gonna say let's go on a date and then you go to Starbucks, then Starbucks can be a little packed. But coffee dates, I think that is something you have to know ahead of time whether she wants to do coffee or not. And if she does, then that's cool. No complaints there. So check mark. All right, ice cream. I can't believe ice cream's on this list. All right, nice summer day. You guys are on the waterfront. There's a lot of dope ice cream places. You get your ice cream. You get a nice big ice cream waffle cone, whatever. Okay, you're not into dairy. Okay, you get a yogurt, frozen yogurt, or sherbet or something. You get a nice ice cream and you go for a walk and get to know each other. Ice cream's dope. How's that not on the list? Oh, because it's not they're not spending enough money. Oh, please check mark. Family functions. X. No. No. Not as a first date. You don't take your first date to a cookout that your uncle's throwing every year. Or, you just don't do that because for one, that's after you guys have been out for a little bit and you're trying to introduce her as your girlfriend. You know what I mean? Your person. That because that's a lot of introductions and stuff. So you don't know. You don't as great as the ribs are or the barbecue chicken or the mac and cheese is. That's not a great first date because you're putting your girl in an uncomfortable spot. So I agree that shouldn't be family functions. Nah. Let's move on. Movie night, Netflix and chill. Movie night, no, not for first date. No. No. That's after you guys are comfortable with each other. You gather in a blanket, eat, watch popcorn, and also you do as a first time. It does sound kind of like I don't want to spend no money. I just want to stay in the house and blah blah blah. This is not 2020 lockdown. So no, I disagree with that. And sometimes yeah. Anyway, move on. Somewhere that requires a long drive. Yeah, this is also an X. Yeah, for a first date, you don't want to go on no 2-hour trip to somewhere. As great as that destination is, that if you're just getting to know each other, man, what if the conversation don't go right within the first 10 minutes and you got an hour and a half to go on the trip and then you get there and then you got a long drive back? That could be a long day for both people. So absolutely not. Give that an X right there. Bowling. I check mark. Bowling's fun. You get to know each other. You have fun. The only thing I don't like about bowling is putting your fingers in those holes of the big bowling balls. Because you don't know how many fingers went in there. But still, bowling's fun. It's a great way to just have some laughs and and it's competitive and it's cool. I don't find nothing wrong with bowling. Nightclubs, big X right there. You don't go to a nightclub on your first date. First of all, the music's loud. You're yelling. So all you gonna do is dance and then you're gonna be no. Nightclubs, no. X. Hookah bar. Man, to be honest, at first I didn't even know what the hookah bar was. I thought it was a bar to meet hookers, but anyway, hookah bar. No, absolutely not. Nah, especially and trust me, if you're a Christian woman, no, this is definitely an X. Bar for drinks, you get crashed out as well. It's first date. You don't go to a bar. I mean, a lot of people pick up girls at a bar, but no, first date just for drinks? No. No, I mean, I don't drink anyway, but like you could get that at a restaurant. So no, Waffle House. Obviously, this is. I guess it could be in the same category as IHOP and Denny's, but we all know Waffle Houses are like diners, right? Um, I like what Sierra did. That's Russell Wilson's wife. I like what she did. She took a picture of them going to Waffle House and kind of poking fun at this list. But then again, they've been married for a long time. They are filthy rich, and maybe who knows if that was real or not. But anyway, Waffle House is cool. But like I said, you only go there if she's a big fan of breakfast and Waffle House is her thing. And finally, sporting events. Big check mark there. However, if she's not into sports, don't go to a sporting event. But come on, sporting events it's a fun experience. It's for first of all, the tickets aren't cheap, the food's not cheap. It can be fun, and if she's a sports fan, absolutely take her to a sporting event. That is not a bad place for a first date. Yeah, you're watching the game, but you got a lot of intervals where you can talk and all that stuff, and so absolutely. Anyway, so you take out all the ones that we X'd, and I'll put a list of the ones we gave check marks. Seriously, if you have a problem with going to any of these places for a first date, you might as well not get married. Because it's not so much about the place you go. You're trying to meet that significant other. Dating is to meet someone that you could potentially marry, or potentially, someone you want to be with a long time. If you put so much emphasis on the place that you're going, what does that say about you? Is it about status? Is it about how much money was spent on you? I mean, it's about getting to know that person. It's about getting a chance to talk, getting a chance to connect, getting a chance to bond, to see if this is a person you want to be with. So, to be honest, so the ones we check mark, if you have a problem with going there, come on now. Come on. Really? Really? And maybe, you may never get married because, or you're gonna take a long time to get married. Because we're not meant to be. You're not meant to be materialistic like that. Yes, you're supposed to have taste and stuff like that. But before I end this video, check this out. It's like you gotta know where the guy's at. Maybe the guy is not spending a lot of money because he is saving his money for something big. Maybe he's in college or university and he's almost done and he's got major plans ahead. Where he's like, I'm saving money now, but I'm soon gonna be wealthy because I'm saving for my future. So right now we're going to Waffle House, but 5 years from now, you know what I mean? Next year, whatever, it'd be a whole different story. You never know. You never know where the person's at. It's also like some Christian women. They're looking for their next Boaz, but and they're always looking at the pulpit, to try to get with the preacher. But meanwhile, you could have someone who's in the doing ushering, or someone who's serving, and they got their whole thing together, man. They're a man of God, and they're doing well financially, and they're just serving and not even trying to be on the mic or whatever like that. So you just never know. Don't be materialistic. Anyway, that's it. That's it. Like, subscribe to The Blessed Opinion. Be back for more. And I appreciate you watching the whole thing. And this is D.A. Bourne, and I am out. Peace.